Recently I made a video about Rockstar City and why it's considered to be the most dangerous place in the Rockstar universe. But today's video is a little different. Today I want to slow things down and actually take a deep dive into another city. One that is quieter, cleaner, and somehow more unsettling. Today we're talking about the city behind Manhunt 2, Cottonmouth. And that's what we're going to talk about today, so let's begin. Alright, so Cottonmouth is the primary setting of Manhunt 2, a major coastal city somewhere in the southern United States. Rockstar never confirms the state, and never confirms the exact location, but the clues are consistent. This isn't a decaying industrial hellscape like Rockstar City. Cottonmouth is cleaner, more modern, skyscrapers in the city center, quiet suburban neighborhoods, palm trees lining residential streets. On paper, this is a normal American city. And that is the point. Because unlike Rockstar City, where violence felt expected, Cottonmouth feels safer. At least it used to. Alright, so I'm gonna point out the obvious, but the name itself already sets the tone. A cottonmouth is a venomous snake native to the southern US, and it's often mistaken as harmless until it's too late. That fits the city almost too well. Cottonmouth doesn't announce its danger, it doesn't run openly, it hides the poison beneath normal life. Suburbs, shopping centers, office buildings, everything looks fine until it's not. Also, Rockstar described Cottonmouth as a hybrid city. Not one specific place, but a blend of New Orleans, Charleston, Atlanta, southern, coastal, and humid. The environment reinforces that constantly. Palm trees, banana plants, things you wouldn't see in Rockstar City. There's even a mountain visible in the distance, and it's probably inspired by Driscoll Mountain in Louisiana. It's subtle, but it matters. The city isn't isolated, it's not a fictional in the abstract sense. It feels like somewhere that could exist. Cottonmouth sits in a hurricane-prone zone, and Rockstar actually uses that. By 2007, when the present-day events of Manhunt 2 take place, the city looks tired. Residential areas are damaged, neighborhoods feel abandoned, infrastructure is breaking down. This is not random decay. The game implies severe storms, hurricanes, cyclones, left parts of the city vulnerable. And ironically, the entire story only moves forward because of a thunderstorm. The power outage, the chaos, the opening escape. Nature creates the gap. Human cruelty fills it. In the early 2000s, during Daniel Lamb's flashbacks, Cottonmouth is described as safe, clean streets, quiet neighborhoods, low crime. Woodale residents even say there hasn't been a major incident in 8 years. 8 peaceful years, man. And that makes what happens next feel worse, because the city doesn't fall apart naturally, it's pushed. The turning point is the project. A secretive organization conducting illegal experiments under the cover of normal institutions. Hospitals, offices, and TV studios. Daniel Lamb volunteers for one of their experiments. A former doctor, implanted with a personality sample of Leo Casper, a deceased government assassin. The result isn't a controlled fusion, it's a war inside one mind. When Lamb, under Casper's control, assassinates Stanley Greggs in the middle of my Batsuit Plaza, Cottonmouth experiences its first real nightmare, a serial killer on the loose, police flooding residential areas, a manhunt in a city that isn't built for it. This is Cottonmouth's original sin, and fast forward to 2007, Cottonmouth is unrecognizable. Not because it turned into Rockstar City, but because it feels hollow. The city is darker, miserable, and uncared for. Crime surges into the spaces storms and neglect left behind. The Red Kings rise in Red Light District. Strip clubs become recruitment fronts. S&M dungeons operate openly, and the project doesn't disappear. It adapts. There's only one major TV station in the city, TVMK. The name isn't subtle. It's a reference to MK Ultra, real-world mind control experiments. TVMK broadcasts news, it talks shows, movies, and normal programming. But behind the scenes, the studio is owned by the project. Used for brainwashing experiments, Cottonmouth doesn't just control bodies, it controls narratives. Here's where content actually tells a story. There's no subway system, but there is a major train yard, Watkins train yard, connected to industrial zones. An elevated expressway runs overhead. Movement exists, but it is limited. Originally, Cottonmouth was meant to have a bus system. Dacian buses, Cottonmouth's premier public transport, and it was cut. And that absence matters. The city doesn't want free movement, it wants controlled routes. Unlike Carcer City's police, the Cottonmouth Police Department barely matters. They respond, they chase, and they fail. They're modeled after the New Orleans PD, but stripped of authority. They don't protect the city, they react to it. And when Lamb resurfaces, their solution isn't justice, it's elimination. Every district tells you something. City center, corporate, hiding the project in plain sight. Woodale, suburban calm shattered by paranoia. Blackwell Island, industry and exploitation. Red Light District, desire weaponized. TVMK Studios, media as control. Weary Pine Cemetery, death only accessed through hallucination. Even death isn't straightforward here. And Cottonmouth technically exists in the same universe as GTA 3's 3D era, but it's never named, it's only hinted at. Brands leak into GTA titles, drugs exist in alternate forms, products reappear without their origin stories. It's like Cottonmouth is being erased, or buried. So here's my theory here. Cottonmouth might not be a failed city, and it actually might be a successful one. It's a place where experiments are normalized, media is controlled, and violence is hidden behind normalcy. Carcer City was chaos unleashed, and Cottonmouth was chaos managed. A city that doesn't collapse, but actually adapts. And maybe that's why Rockstar never says its name out loud, because Cottonmouth isn't unique, it's familiar. I'm not gonna lie, when I started looking into Cottonmouth, I expected another version of Carcer City, something louder and more obvious. Instead, what I found was a city that hides everything in plain sight, and I think that's what makes it so uncomfortable. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, I appreciate you sticking around. I'll see you next time. Peace out.